Hello, and my name is Veronica, and I read because I refuse to get dumber. And today we're going to be talking about a book I just read called You've Reached Sam by Dustin Thau. And man, do I got shit to say about it. Let's get started. All right, first and foremost, the thing that's really eye-catching, it has to be the cover. I'm trying to do this one-handed and I have my mic in my hand, so I apologize. Oh no, why'd you switch pages? Okay, so if you can see here, it is blue and pink with Sam being, I can't see because of the light, sorry. Sam being in the blue, kind of representing darkness because he's in the unknown, because unfortunately poor Sam is dead. And we've got Julie on the pink side, and they both have phones in their hands, and yes, there's cherry blossoms because that is a theme of the story, and as you can tell, both of our characters are Asian, so it has a significance in the story. Another thing I did like about it was just the fact that the symbolism of, basically that line in between, showing them into different planes of existence. The only thing I did not like, and it's probably going to get me a lot of flack, is I don't like the way the art style of the human characters. It looks very, how can I say, trying to be manga-y. I don't know how to explain it. It's just they look a little bit weird, especially Sam. Julie looks fine, but Sam kind of looks off in my in my personal opinion. But I did see other covers, I think from other countries, and I did like them more. I did see one book that, the back of it showed Julie and Sam kind of laying together, though they were kind of opposites, but their heads were touching. So one was laying with his feet that way, and the other person was laying with their feet that way, but their heads were kind of close together, and they each had phones, and it looked very pretty, though it was on a gray scale. So I mean, the colors are pretty on the cover. I do like the juxtaposition of the characters. I just don't like the way Sam and Julie, I don't like the way Sam is drawn. Julie looks normal. It just, I don't know, Sam gives off a very skinwalker-y kind of look on the drawing. I don't know. My personal opinion, sorry. Aside from that, the blurb on the book, it caught my attention, especially on on people's TBRs and all that. But the book blurb, God, I tried saying that so hard. It says 17-year-old Julie Clark has her future all planned out. Move out of her small town with her boyfriend Sam, attend college in the city, spend a summer in Japan, but then Sam dies and everything changes. I just realized that the blurb needs grammatical revision. Heartbroken, Julie skips his funeral, throws out his belongings, and tries everything to forget him. I can't read today, sorry. But a message Sam left behind in her yearbook forces memories to return. Desperate to hear him one more time, Julie calls Sam's cell phone just to listen to his voicemail recording, and Sam picks up the phone. The connection is temporary, but hearing Sam's voice makes Julie fall for him all over again, and with each call, it becomes harder to let him go. Now, if I remember correctly, and I need to pull up the thing, but this book was rated on a reading age of 12 to 18, sorry, but the grade reading level is 6 to 9, which is a little confusing because you're saying that this is for 12 to 18 year olds, but you're not, the grades don't match up. So if you're saying it's 12 to 18-year-olds, it should be rated 6 to 12. And I'm guessing from my deductions here is that you're saying that it's good for this age range, but the reading level of the book is 6th to 9th grade, which I'm like kind of like, okay, whatever, fine. Let's move on then to the plot. Okay, so the meat and potatoes of the book basically has you jumping back and forth between memories and present time, with Julie dealing with the fact that Sam is gone. There is some magical kind of like otherworld magic in there, in the sense of Julie has withdrawn from everybody because Sam had died. She at one point is so desperate to avoid the fact and come to the realization and deal with her grief that Sam is gone, that she immediately, a week after he dies, gets rid of his jacket, gets rid of all the small presents, big and small presents that Sam has given her, whether it was like origami, flowers, little knickknacks they picked up from the antique shops. There was even one point where he buys her half a bookend, and then later in the story surprises her with another purchase of the second part of the bookend, because he couldn't afford, I guess, the full thing, and he didn't want to tell her. And then she just gets rid of everything, and voicemails are deleted. I guess pictures are deleted as well, but it doesn't really go into that. The pacing of the story is a little bit jarring to me, only because it's like my brain kept on feeling like it was slingshot, because it's like you would, like, for example, the prologue had 4 memories that you had to go through. It's like from the time they officially met, because they actually were in English class together, to a dance that was significant in Julie's memory. I guess it's the first time they fell in love and they admitted it to each other. And then there was a specific memory, and I'm not quite sure on the full details now, but it was an acknowledgement, I guess a dream or something that she had, where she was talking with him, and at this point they had switched over to where Julie had said something along the lines of, "But you're dead." And he's like, "I know." And it's like, "But I didn't even get to say goodbye." And it was something along the lines of that. And he then kind of like disappears with cherry blossoms, kind of very anime style, like, I guess, transition into chapter 1. And the book then goes into like present day, where she's very withdrawn, holed up in her room, hasn't left for like basically a week because she's dealing with the grief. She also hasn't talked to her mother, and her mother's an interesting character. Apparently she's a college professor that apparently caused a riot because like teaching about like a very outlandish conspiracy of time being like a construct, etc., and that got her fired. And now she's teaching at a school, another college, as an assistant professor, thanks to a colleague sticking his or her neck out for them. Julie's slowly starting to reintegrate herself into her normal life that has to be a new normal without Sam. And it was kind of hard, because it's like the book goes into, here's a memory, and here's present time and blah blah blah, and it's like I'm just trying to be like, okay, what are you trying to do? And the characters in themselves are like very not fleshed out, like very superficial. The one that's mostly kind of filled out because you're reading this through her perspective, or really just kind of like right over her shoulder, like watching this happen, is Julie. And everybody has put, that I've seen read reviews about, hasn't really liked Julie, because they say she comes off as very selfish and very, making this about her. And it's her, number one, technically it's her and Sam's story. And the other thing is too, she's 17 and dealing with grief, about to be 18, going off to college. And it's like she had her whole life planned around, doing stuff with Sam. And unfortunately, that got upended because of, Sam's death. Micah, I tried to like Micah, and it's like, she had to deal with Sam's death too, being, the cousin that she, that they were very close and whatever. But I felt like they could have fleshed her out more too. I feel like as well that the confrontations could have been solved with just like communication, which, if they had just talked. But then again, they are teenagers, almost becoming young adults. And it's like, they had to make it like drama type of deal. Taylor and Liam were there for basically just to be like the antithesis to Julie, and just to be a bitch. And I think they were also there for a plot device to help Micah and Julie come back together. And very flat surfaced characters. They weren't really built in. For example, they just basically used Taylor to tell Julie, sorry, my brain is just going to mush, that it's your fault he died. And it's like she wanted proof from the text messages, which Julie deleted, saying that, proving that she didn't cause him to die, which is kind of hurtful to say. I mean, it's like Sam made the decision to go try to get her. He forgot to go pick her up from wherever it was, I guess from the train station or whatever. And it was like, it's the truck driver's fault that hit Sam. Or, it could have been Sam's fault. It's never really described. It never said whether or not, Sam pulled out without paying attention and got T-boned, or whether or not the truck driver, like wasn't paying attention. That could have been an interesting little, description, just so you could get an idea. What other characters are in there? Mr. Lee and the mom were probably the characters I related to the most. I don't know if it's because I'm older or whatever, but I just found all the other characters just kind of whiny. Oliver was Sam's best friend, and drops a huge bombshell. And it's like it kind of made me think this could have been a really good point of conflict in the story, but Julie's just kind of like, oh, well, can't do anything now, Sam's dead. Instead of, this could have been a really good emotional point to drag out. And Sam's family, because he has a brother named James, and we got a mother character. Don't hear about his dad at all. So it's like I can't tell you anything about his dad. I don't know. It just felt like Sam's family was brought in at certain points to just, what do you call it? Like, used for like a small payoff, kind of like a little hit in the heart, kind of type deal. It was okay. Like I said, a lot of the characters weren't fleshed out. Also, same thing with the coworker Tristan. Because I'm trying to tell you stuff without spoiling it for you. It just seems like they brought this point like, here's another little small conflict, and it was kind of like, I don't know. It could have been brought better if they made the book longer and kind of fleshed it out a little bit more. Like, if there was a book before You've Reached Sam, kind of like filling out all the characters. This felt like a book 2 in the series, not the first book. And it's like, I know there's other books behind this one kind of building a universe, but it's neither here or there. I mean, the author, Dustin, is like master of this universe. He can have it whatever it was, however he wants it. But I just felt like if we had just fleshed out these characters more, given them a story first, and then had this happen, then it would have probably helped shape the universe better. And I don't know, it's just, it feels like I missed a part. Like, I felt like I walked into a series, in the middle of a series, not this is the beginning of a series, if that makes sense. But yeah, to be honest, the ending did make me cry a little bit, only because I put myself in that situation. And, you know, just the fact that you're told it's going to end, and then it ends, and it's like, the way it ends, I just kind of like, I guess I was either really tired or I had like a low point in my emotions at this point, that like I did sob for a few minutes. Like, I did the pinch the bridge of my nose and crying type deal. And it's like, it was sweet and sad, but it also kind of had like the payoff that, you know, people were kind of expecting. But I feel like throughout the whole point of the story, I was just thinking, okay, where's this leading to? What's the payoff, etc. But the payoff was good, but I felt like the book had too many convenient plot points. And I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly. Like, I feel like I would like ramble about this for like minutes on end trying to explain what I mean. But should you read it? It's a nice, like, airy little read. Like, it's not very like thought-provoking type of deal. It did kind of leave me with a little bit of weight on my chest at the end. It was kind of like, it's not a feel-good type of story. Like, it kind of made me like a little emotional, a little sad, and it was just kind of like, So if you're dealing with loss and stuff like that, I probably wouldn't recommend you reading this book, because it'll make you like cry and upset. It doesn't make you feel better. It just kind of like helps you cry because you relate to Julie. But all in all, I give this book like 3 stars out of 5. It's okay. It gave me a lot of a very younger version of P.S. I Love You, but kind of sort of, even though like they compared it to 2 other books, but I felt that. But I would definitely go ahead and give it a read if you want. I mean, I wouldn't say put it at the top of your TBR list, but you know, I can't tell you what to do. I haven't decided what book I want to read next. I got a couple in the back of my head. But I'll look at the covers, I'll read the blurbs, I'll check it out. But I appreciate you watching this video to the end. I apologize if it's a little rambled here or there. I'm still kind of getting used to reviewing books. I'm usually not very good at chronologically telling, because then I think of other stuff Like I'm like, oh yeah, and this and that and this. But yeah, definitely hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. Tell me what books I should read that you think I'd like. I'm still discovering what genres I like. I'm trying to read a little bit of everything here. I've got like 400 books on my digital shelf because, you know, I don't have a lot of room in this 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, but, you know, at least it's a roof over my head. Anyway, I love your faces. Remember to read for fun, read for exploration, read for world building. Don't read to keep up with the Joneses. I love your faces, and I will see you next week.
Lights on.